Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are here with Casey Johns. How's it going today?
Hey Tom, how are you?
I'm doing really well. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. A little cooler than I'd like it to be, but you know what? It's December, and the fact that it's not freezing cold right now, I will take it. So,
It's cold everywhere. Everybody's getting ready for Christmas. So I guess everybody's getting in the Christmas spirit with the winter.
right. So, first question I want to ask you because I have a feel. I think the last time we had you on was right around the time that you had started this little project. Was your whiskey deal? Is it like a whiskey brand, whiskey deal? How's that been going?
Yeah, you could say both. That's awesome. I just created my own whiskey brand last year.
Hmm.
And so it's been such a fun project to just go around and promote the whiskey. And the whiskey's been in a bunch of the venues that we've been playing. So that's been really fun.
Nice. Yeah, I keep seeing like Instagram posts for it, and it's like I love supporting the like independent musicians and like when they venture out into something else, like whiskey brands or whatever it is. It's like I always love supporting that. So
Yeah, our brand manager at the time was like, "What are the two things you're interested in?" I said, "Skincare and whiskey," and somehow the whiskey blew up.
fair, very fair. So how's everything been going with you? Obviously, you've been busy with the whiskey brand. You've been playing music, been releasing a lot of music this year, which is really cool to see. So how's everything been going?
This year's been crazy. We had Rodeo Queen. We released that in April, which just blew up. We've been so grateful, and it's been a blast just performing that song live and going out with the boys and touring all year. And then we had two singles this year after Rodeo Queen, which was Wrong Side of Goodbye and Dodging Bullets. And then, of course, the Christmas single we just released. So it's been a very exciting year.
Nice, nice. It's looked really cool. Just kind of be, obviously meeting you virtually for the last first time last year, and then just kind of getting to watch everything happen this year. Because when last time we talked, it had been a little bit since you released music, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's very true. The Thunder record came out, and I think in 2022. And so for 2 years, I just promoted that record. And then this year, we finally started putting out some new stuff.
How does it feel to kind of get new music out into the ether?
It honestly feels great. Like, I feel like the stuff I'm writing now is definitely, I'm diving deep into my personal life and to my family, and I'm starting to just write a little bit differently than I have in the past. And so I'm excited to kind of tell my story next year. We've got three to four singles coming out, and they're more personal and they're more about my family. So I'm hoping that those connect with the audience.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm glad we're getting this opportunity to sit down because I've seen you traveling all over the place. We were just talking offline here a little bit about you were in Tampa last night and then you flew back into Nashville and then you're going back out to Key West tomorrow. So it seems like you've got a lot of time in the car, in the pilot seat, in the like whatever it is. So
Definitely listening to a lot of audiobooks and a lot of music.
what are you listening to right now that's kind of catching your eye, whether it's a book, whether it's music?
Yeah, I just recently read a true crime book. It was the Edward Bunker book, which was amazing. And then as far as music goes, I'm listening to a lot of Pretty Reckless, a lot of Whiskey Myers, Turnpike Troubadours, a lot of Red Clay Strays.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
my music spectrum's kind of all over the map right now.
Right. Red Clay Strays have been coming across my playlist like constantly. I'm really excited to see them just like go international for the most part. Like it's really cool. So
Yeah, like watching their career and watching how they've done a lot of it independently and then just
mhm.
recently starting to a label. I mean, everything they've done is just watching their journey has just been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's jump into your new Christmas single that just dropped earlier in November, correct?
That's right.
What's the story behind it? What can you tell us about this new song?
Yeah, so the song's called Rock for Christmas, and it's got kind of a double meaning. It's mostly about wanting to rock for Christmas and then also a girl wanting a rock for Christmas. So obviously I don't have that. But it's just a fun, humorous song. In the video, we just talk about how we gave Santa a strong batch of cookies and Spike in his, drink. That way he'll leave a ring under the tree. So it's just kind of a lot of humorous lines and it's just a fun video.
Nice. And how long ago did you start writing this song?
Oh, we wrote this song in the summer.
Okay.
Scorching heat. And I don't know how we got in the spirit of writing a Christmas song, but we did it.
I mean, that's kind of when you have to do it, unless you're just willing to hold on to it until for a full year. you know?
I know. And that's what we should have done this year. We should have a Christmas song ready to go for next year as well.
It happens. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like when you get inspired and just kind of go with
Yes,
it, you know.
very true.
Yeah. So, how's the response to the song been?
Oh, it's been so cool. We got an email the other day that said it was like #2 on Play MPE and the Nordic stream. So that's kind of amazing. That's the first time that's happened. And then
Yes.
yeah, we're just going out playing the song everywhere and people are responding to it really well. I think everybody's in the Christmas spirit right now,
Yeah.
so everybody's wanting to hear Christmas stuff, which has been fun.
Yeah. And especially right now, it seems like original Christmas music or original takes on classic songs are like really coming around. It felt like it started a bit last year, and then this year it's just kind of like the amount of musicians that are just putting out Christmas stuff. It's like, okay, that's really cool because they're trying to find that next all I want for Christmas or whatever it is. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this song definitely has exactly everything you just said. We've added a little bit of classic country in there, a little bit of modern country in there. So we're adding some jazzy, Christmas chords in there. So it's definitely kind of a mix of making it a classic Christmas country song.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So speaking of Christmas, this is a part of our Christmas special that we will be that we have going on. What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Oh gosh, probably spending it with my family because I don't get to do that very often. I get to see my mom pretty often because she lives over right outside of Memphis,
Hmm.
and so now Christmas I'm gonna go home for like a week and get to hang out with my whole family, and it's just gonna be great.
Nice, nice. And do you have any like fond memories as a kid of Christmas?
Yeah, every year me and my mom get together and we bake Christmas treats, and then
Yes.
every year we go around and we deliver those Christmas treats to all of our friends. And so it's just a nice way to take a little break from the year and
Mhm.
actually spend time with my friends and family and just get to see them. So
Yeah, for sure. That's the one thing I miss is since my mom passed away, the Christmas cookies just quite aren't there because my dad isn't really a baker and my sister tries, but it's not something that she's super into, but she'll make like some of the easier stuff, which is cool, and that's a nice little change of pace. And so I just kind of have to wait until Christmas Eve and hope my aunt has something there to kind of it's like, oh yes, a Christmas cookie. I will take one, please. So
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
You got to just wait around all year for the delicious Christmas cookies.
Right, right, right. Oh, and so I get your plans this year for Christmas are to go home and hang out.
Definitely. I don't get to go home every Christmas because sometimes we'll usually perform. Last year we performed in Key West, and so now it'll be really, really nice to spend Christmas with my family. And I think I'm gonna take New Year's off too. I think I'm just gonna hang out with friends.
Nice. It's one of those things where it's like when you're essentially a freelance worker, which most musicians can kind of consider themselves doing. It's like you can work when you want to work, but also the times that you want to take off, sometimes those are the most beneficial times to be working because like New Year's Eve, I'm sure people pay pretty good to have musicians come in and perform at their parties or whatever it is they're doing. So,
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's the best part about our job is, we get to go and bring that excitement and that joy to people over any holiday, whether it's
mhm.
New Year's or Christmas or, Halloween, whatever holiday it is, we get to bring that joy to other people. So that is definitely one thing I do love about this job. But yeah, I think this year I definitely want to take Christmas and New Year's off just to hang out.
Yeah. And so you'd mentioned that your mom's in Memphis and that's where you're originally from.
Yep, I'm originally from Memphis. The rest of my family, they're from Florida.
Okay. So that explains the whereabouts in Florida.
They are from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Oh, I feel like we had this conversation last time then because
Yep.
my dad lives down in Jensen Beach. So
Yeah, that's right. We
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too far.
Anytime somebody says like Fort Pierce, Stewart, somewhere in that ballpark, and then I say, oh yeah, my dad lives in Jensen Beach, they're like, oh, nobody ever really knows about this area, so that's cool.
No.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I don't really know much about the area, but my family does though.
Yeah, fair, fair, fair. So obviously being in Nashville, that trip back home is always going to be a good time. You said you don't always get to go back home though? If you
No, not normally because I'm always working.
fair, fair,
Yeah.
fair. And how's Nashville been treating you? Obviously, you've been on the road a lot, so but how's Nashville been treating you this last year?
It's been great. Honestly, it feels nice to be in my apartment right now. Because I've been using it as like pretty much a storage unit all year, just throwing stuff in and then leaving again. So, but yeah, Nashville's been good, and it's honestly this year has been a blast. We've been on the road more this year than we have, and then looking at our tour schedule next year, it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of overseas stuff next year and a lot of road dates next year. So my apartment will probably be another storage unit.
Fair. Very fair. I mean, that's been the cool thing about this year is like I feel like 2023, a lot of people were just trying to recover after the pandemic. Like everybody was trying to get back on schedule, I guess is the best way to kind of word it, where it's like, okay, 2022 was kind of like that first year where things were kind of back to normal, but everybody spent 2023 trying to get caught back up as far as like, oh, like all the shows that got canceled or what, like whatever it is. And then this year, it's been really cool to kind of see everybody take all that momentum they built over the pandemic and just like go. It's
Absolutely.
been really cool to see. So,
Yeah, it's been really fun to see things open back up in the last couple years, and then all these new businesses that are starting up, and then just going to support new bars and new
yeah,
venues. It's been a good year.
yeah, absolutely. And then next year, like you said, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just running for their, not running for their lives, but, just kind of like taking advantage and just going. And it's going to be
Yeah,
amazing to see. So,
yeah, I'm excited.
nice. So you said you had a few more songs ready to go for next year. Are you looking at doing another album, or do you kind of just see yourself staying singles right now?
Yeah, we'll definitely. I think by the end of next year, we'll be ready for a record. So we'll probably start planning for an EP release next year, and then we've got 3 or 4 singles coming out next year, which will be super awesome. So we've got our first single coming out in February. So yeah, I'm excited to have some new stuff come out.
Nice. That's sick. And then, of course, you'd mentioned that you'll be on the road a lot again next year. Um, you said a lot of international stuff. Is any of that stuff announced yet, or is it all still kind of being finalized?
Still kind of being finalized. I know we are definitely going to Norway in February.
Nice.
Um, and then a lot of other things are just still getting collectively together. So, but I post everything on my tour schedule. So hopefully we'll have that posted next year.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you here too much longer. I appreciate your time joining us and chatting, all that fun stuff. If anybody wants to check out your music, your tour schedule, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Yep, you can go to kcjohns.rocks. Casey spelled just like the Sunshine Band, just 2 letters, K and a C, JOHNS.rocks.
Awesome. Well, once again, I appreciate you for joining us, and hopefully we'll get a chance to sit down at CRS in February. I
Yeah,
I don't know. February in Nashville feels a little early, but you know what? I'll make that trip, so I'm good.
probably going to be cold. So come
Yeah,
join us down here.
right. Because I remember I went last year, and it was like right at the end of February, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But like this year, I think it's like a week or two earlier than it was last year, and it's just like, man, that's still gonna be a little cold, but it's okay. I'll make it
Hey, we're
work.
going to have fun. It's going to be a blast.
Right, right, right. I'm excited. So, but really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on our Christmas special. And just kind of one last thing, what's your favorite Christmas song to jam out to every year?
Oh, well, obviously my single that just came out has been the most fun. But as far as the cover, I am a huge Eagles fan. I love their version of Please Come Home for Christmas. It's probably one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Yes, that is a good version. It's really good. So, but once again, appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back here in a little bit.
Thank you so much.